Grizzly 2 Revenge, also known as Grizzly 2 the Predator and Grizzly 2 the Concert, is a pretty interesting film. In itself, it's fine if you watch it with no context, it's okay, and I'll talk more about that in a moment, but it's particularly interesting because this was produced in 1983 and it wasn't released until 2020. And I won't go into too much of the background information there. There are some interesting bits on the Wikipedia page that's worth looking at if you're interested. But certainly it's worth bearing in mind that if you watch it thinking it was created in 2020, you might get a little bit confused because it definitely doesn't feel like it was created in this century. It does have an 80s feel to it, which is not a criticism, of course. It's a product of its time. But that's worth bearing in mind. If you start watching it thinking it's a 20s film, it's not, basically. This was released, I don't know why I'm repeating this, it was released in 2020. It's directed by Andre Sotz. I apologise that I've mispronounced that. It's written by Joan McCall and David Sheldon. And we have a cast including George Clooney, Charlie Sheen, Laura Dern, Louise Fletcher, and various others. And I have seen the first film, and I thought it was not too bad. And I don't think this one's bad either. It has 2.7 out of 10 on IMDb across 2.2 thousand reviews and ratings, which, needless to say, is not the highest. But I don't agree with that. I don't think it's the best thing ever, but it's watchable. It's fine. If you like the first film, even if you haven't seen the first film, you don't need to have seen it to watch this one. I'd say give it a go. After poachers go after the cubs, a bear gets revenge by attacking people at a concert. It's a straightforward narrative. It's well enough executed. It's not thrilling. It's not scary, but it's not dull either. It is fine. It's in the middle. It's decent enough. We have some good performances. The characters are well enough written. They're believable. I believe their actions. Absolutely no issues there at all. We have some good camera work. We have some nice outdoor locations. It's quite attractive to look at, according to IMDb. This was filmed in a couple of places in Hungary, and visually it is satisfying. It does feel like an 80s film. It does have that kind of 80s quality to it, that slightly grittier quality, but it does look really great. And if you're looking for something that's not intense, but still gripping enough, then I'd say give it a go. It's decent enough. It could be good as background company, but I also think you could sit down and become fully immersed in it. I think there's enough there to enjoy. And as I said, you don't need to have seen the previous film to watch this. So if you want to watch somebody in the cast, for example, absolutely give it a go. I did watch the first film because I knew I was going to be watching this one, and I do thoroughly recommend it. Do I think the first film is better? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that question, actually. I don't know if it's better. But either way, Grizzly 2 the Concert is a decent enough experience. Do I think it was worth the 30-something wait for it, the 30-something year wait? Yeah. Well, with a cast like that, I'd say so. It's worth seeing the actors in this, seeing their performances. In terms of the narrative itself, maybe not. But I'm glad it was finally released. Apparently there was like a bootleg version released or something at some point, but the version I watched was on Plex. Just FYI, I'm going to assume that was the officially released version from 2020, but there is apparently, or was at least, a bootleg version a couple of years ago that I think was an unfinished version. I don't think it was the completed version that was released in 2020, but if anybody has any thoughts on anything there, please feel free to share. And if you watch the film, I'd love to know what you think. It may not be the best, but honestly, it's not terrible.